So here's the thing. Today, we will dive into the ever-evolving world of healthcare. You know, health never stands still. It keeps growing and advancing every single day. And it's not just about more hospitals or better facilities. It's about knowledge. You know, like take infectious diseases, for example. A few years ago, COVID-19 has turned world upside down. But now, we've got vaccine. Or how about the surgeons that use infrared or lasers? That's some next level of innovation. Now here's something to think about. Many of these breakthroughs came from abroad, where the healthcare science is advancing at lightning speed. As future healthcare professionals, we need to stay updated, not just to keep up, but to be the part of that progress. Brad, have you ever wondered how does it like to be a health worker abroad? Like what does it take? What skills do you need? And why is having a global perspective is important for us? Well, today we're about to find out. Assalamualaikum and hi everyone, it's me Tri and I will be your host in this exciting season. In today's podcast, we'll be fully in English and we've got a very special guest, Miss Ririn, an international health worker who has worked abroad, and she's here to share a real insight straight from the fields to help us understand how the global perspective landscape. So, if you're curious about the opportunities in global for healthcare, you are in the right place. Stay tuned, because this is going to be an opening. Alright, let's get started. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning everyone. Welcome back to Surga Podcast with me Tri Hardianti and I will be your host today. And in our this podcast will be a little bit different from our previous because in this opportunity we would like to speak entirely in English because we have a special guest and our guest today is Miss Ririn. Let us welcoming our guest. Assalamualaikum Miss.
Waalaikumsalam. How are you today?
Alhamdulillah, I'm fine. How about you?
Alhamdulillah. Nice to meet you again.
Alhamdulillah. Okay, Miss, this is your second time coming in our podcast, right?
Yes. I remember last time. It was so fun.
Yeah, and maybe we'd like to talk again and having a small talk and a conversation today.
Yes, sure.
Maybe before we starting, I would like to know what brings you back to Indonesia this time.
This time I was thinking that, part of visiting family, would like to spread knowledge and, visit Surya Global University and then share my knowledge as a nurse in Australia. Yeah.
Okay. And when you first arrived at Indonesia, what food do you craving for that you can find it abroad?
Oh, a lot actually. But usually in Australia also eat like Indonesian food that my husband cook for me. But I love to have it's nasi pecel. This is the first one, and nasi padang is so different. When there is nasi padang in Sydney, but it's tastes different in here. Yeah. And it's some others food it's from Indonesia with ronde. That is the drink that I love the most in here. Yeah.
Okay, so maybe we can get into our conversation.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Maybe me and our listener would like to know how your career at Australia, like where do you work and how your job is.
Yeah, when I came to Australia, it was 2004. I came as a student studying a Master of Nursing, but I changed a bit. I deferred from the studying Master of Degree. I became a registered nurse in Australia. I began my career as a registered nurse in a rehabilitation ward in St. George Hospital. I worked there for a while and I moved to different places. Then I became team leader, for the nursing and Calvary Transitional Aged Care. Then recently I work in the university. I was seasonal academic staff or casual staff. at University of Wollongong and Australian Catholic University. And also recently I work in the college to teach the diploma of nursing student.
So your first step in Australia is become a student, not a worker.
Yeah, when I came, I was a student, tried to study Master of Nursing in Australia. But then I just, changed my mind. I visited a nursing board that time. They said that, why you want to study, postgraduate? It's so expensive. And then we require a lot of nursing in Australia. And why don't you join, as the workforce, become registered nurse? Then when you settle, you have a lot of money. Then, you can study postgraduate again. That's what I did. So I just diverted what I wanted. I became registered nurse first. I got sponsored to be a Australian permanent resident from my employer. Then I enroll in master degree. I got twice scholarship, and a lot of scholarship over there. And as a permanent resident or Australian citizen, it's very cheap to study postgraduate or as PhD over there. Even PhD is free. Yeah.
When you start your first career as registered nurse, did you find any difficulties as foreign? We are foreigner there.
Yeah. What I found out, a bit difficult is to adjust what is called. In Australia, each registered nurse, they are so good in communication skill. They always talk with the patient. They, about the family, about how you feel, everything. They just talk to maintain communication. But that time when I was a registered nurse in Indonesia, we rarely talk to the patient, or maybe we didn't have time to just say, asking about the family life or something like that of the patient. But in Australia, everybody is just so perfect in communication skill. That is my biggest challenge. And second one is how to express your feeling. We are like Japanese people, usually you just stay quiet. Yeah, and then, not expressing your feeling, even though you feel hurt. But that time, there was a senior registered nurse say, why you do like that? When you give injection, then I just feel I feel hurt, and I just cry in the bathroom. But then my friend said that, you need to express your feeling. You just say that, no, don't speak like that to me. It's not good. So that is why I learned it, by time. And even my friends say, don't bring your Japanese culture in Australia. You will get what's bullied over there. Yeah, it's just something we need to build over the time. Yeah.
Maybe that's a little bit culture shock, we can say.
Yes, that's it's a bit difficult to to maintain that skill, to be able to express your feeling or say no if you feel hurt or something like that, so you won't get bullied. If you feel strong, people will respect you. Yeah.
But have you ever been maybe disrespected when you work there? Because you're not disciplined.
Yeah.
There.
Only once. I think it's one or twice. As people over there is many good people, but you came across once or two people that treated you with disrespect. And there was a family the patient I look after. I don't know, maybe they went through a lot of experience in the war, in the Second World War, something like that. They said, no, it's look like they don't want to be looked after by Asian or Muslim, something like that. But, it's all my colleagues, they pick me up, to say, look, we only have 4 nurses in my team, it's 3 Asian, 1 Caucasian. If you want to get question, you need to wait maybe another 3 months to be seen by her. So, we look after each other. And, like the good thing about Australia, that we encourage diversity. We respect people from, like it's cultural background, many cultural backgrounds. So in the policy of the government, they already there. Yeah.
So what is the pro and cons to live and work at Australia as a Muslim and as a woman?
Okay. Yeah. What is the pros? It's like, working in Australia, like regardless what is called, the clothes you wear, or your culture choice, or, the religious background, they have to respect you. And they will try to accommodate you. Let's say if I move to work somewhere else, I will asking them, do you have any place that I can use to pray? Then they say they have to provide that one, like let's say use meeting room or use the other room or something like that if they don't have prayer room. But usually at the big office, like big hospital, they have multi-faith prayer room that can be used, by many, like this religious practice, like it's not only Muslim, yeah. The cons is, like it's sometimes we feel lonely, like, although I already live, around the Muslim community or Indonesian community, but I live there only with my son and my husband. I don't have extended family. Mm-hmm. Like if, you live in Indonesia, you have aunt, uncle, grandfather, grandmother, then, a lot of cheerful moment. But over there, sometimes we feel, what should I do? Like it's, then we get like, feel like lonely. It's something like that, yeah.
Okay, so you have been work at Australia and you're once lecturer here at Surya Global Yogyakarta. Yeah. And what is the difference between working in Indonesia and in Australia?
As a lecturer or as a nurse?
Both, maybe.
Oh, yeah. As a nurse, what I speak to you earlier, yeah, in Australia, like, the people, so like, all nurses, they're so good in communication skill, yeah. And then in here, maybe we need to improve more. That's one the good thing. And, a lot of technology, telehealth, many things that we can learn. And, like a lot of expert, yeah, like it's in the medical field or clinical field, nursing field, a lot of expert. And Indonesia already left Indonesia long ago, like it's around 21 years ago. So I don't know what's happening in here. What I can see, when my mom was not well and have to be hospitalized, the hospital usually require the patient to be accompanied by family members, yeah, because nobody shower her let's say like that. And my sister is a teacher. Every member of my family are busy, so we have to rely on the health system here. But let's say my sister can come to hospital after hours, but nobody will look after my mom. And I don't know what's happening in the workforce, whether it's the shortage of nurses or I'm not sure. In Australia, we have a regulatory requirement that one registered nurse is only looking after 4 patients. But this is total care, yeah? From the morning until you finish shift, you look after that 4 patients. From the, looking after their basic life, the basic needs. Let's say, showering the patient, yeah? Maybe make sure the patient is already eat and, personal hygiene as well, and then giving medication, doing the wound care. You look after those patients. You have this responsibility. This is a good thing. So you know what's happening with your patient. Like is while you're showering the patient, you can ask what's happening or check the head to toe. Is there any scar or there's any skin tear or something like that? And then you're talking what's happening with their family. Let's say, Alex, I saw your son came yesterday. Oh yes, and how many children you have? And they are far away or they're here or something like that. What's happening, and maybe if they feel sad, you can find solution what's happening. Let's say if the patient live alone, how we support the patient when discharged from hospital. It is the good thing about nurses in Australia. With the lecturing, similar, sometimes I do lecturing, sometimes I do clinical placement, but I always the clinical facilitator come with the student. Let's say I look after 8 students. Every day I come to the hospital and then monitor, my student. I'm not sure about in here whether the clinical facilitator is from the university or from the hospital. I'm not sure. In terms of the teaching learning is probably similar, but again, what is different is the way you construct your essay, something like that. I found out that overseas student is so struggle. Let's say if we require the student to submit as 2,000 words of assignment or 3,000 words of assignment, the way the overseas student construct the assignment is, need to be improved because, as compared with Australian born, they already, is from the elementary, primary school, high school in Australia, they learn how to construct the essays. So good with the already domestic student. With international student need to improve. Maybe in here in the university, you need to teach them how people in overseas construct the assignment. Yeah.
So in the medical field, we're able to adopt what there in Australia, being more careful and being more talkative to the patient to Indonesia.
Yes.
So there's a lot of insight that we can find when we go abroad, when we go overseas.
Yeah, I'm hoping that it's more and more students getting scholarship or it's already employees in here getting scholarship to study postgraduate or PhD in Australia. But they never go into the hospital, so I'm hoping that government can, facilitate that, maybe opportunity. While they're studying in Australia, they also need to see, in hospital system, how the registered nurse perform in Australia.
So, seeing a lot of positivity that we can achieve when we go overseas, when we go abroad. Stika Surya Global, we have our new program that's called SISMI, that Surya Global International Students Mobility and Insight, that we would like to have opening up our insight about how international medical fields are and how we can open up our networking. And this will start maybe this year.
Oh, that's good.
And you are as the mentor, right?
Yeah. I'm happy to help you. I want every nurses in Indonesia to be successful.
So in this program is open for all semester, and we will have this talk show and podcast or Zoom meeting by English. So our students, our friends can maybe more fluent in English and open up their insight about international life.
Yes, I'm hoping, it's more and more students want to open their mind and, they have more knowledge and skill by studying abroad or listen to the podcast or, learn a lot of, it's out there from the international organization or university. They can learn,
And talking about study and work overseas, the one of the problem is the students struggling in how to speak and how to communicate in English.
Yeah.
Could you like to share us your own experience and how you get there in Australia, how you can speak and talk with people there?
I love learning English from young age, from like it's middle school, and then until like it's high school, and then I stay. I come from like a bit rural Bantul area, yeah. And then I started my high school in Yogyakarta city. So I need to stay, like rent share house in the share house with the other student. And I live near the international hotel, and then many people speak English. So I got encouraged to speak and listen their conversation. And from that point, like I always practice my English with the people around me. And I take the English courses as well. And then, yes, this was just be brave to speak. And I just thinking, like with the student in Surya Global, because they are in the dorm, yeah, they live in the dorm. You can make rule.
Small groups.
Yeah, like it's rule and punishment as well. Like, like it's, English hours. Let's say English hours is like, it's this week in English hours, next week Arabic hours or something like that. And you need to give punishment. If somebody caught like cheating, then you need to give a little bit punishment or something like that. That's why we can encourage the student to speak.
Yeah, the only thing we need is just brave and try to practice and practice. Because where there's a will, there's a way.
Yes, correct, yeah.
Okay, and before we ending our conversation, would you like to give me and our listeners some motivation?
Yeah, like it's from long ago, like it's people say that I'm a bonek. When like it's look like bonek, what is called bondo nekar, like it's like supporter of the football in East Java, I didn't have anything. I didn't come from rich family or something like that. So I just I saw my father as role model. He didn't come from a rich family, or we can say that he came from the poor family, but he wanted to learn. He wanted to be a teacher. So he walked from his home to, it's the high school in Bantul. So from Bantul to Srandaan, maybe around 10 kilometers walking to study, to become, in his high school. And after that, he joined his university to study as well, got scholarship. And, become a teacher. So, maybe he was the first one or two people in the village to become a teacher. And then one day, my grandfather said that, I didn't have money to support you. And he said, he just, is cut the, coconut tree and then sell it to people, so you can have tuition fee. So, what I can say to people try to have a lot of opportunity, connect with people, search from many resources, YouTube, TikTok, and send make friends with foreigner or nurses from abroad, how give you motivation or something like that. So just be brave, talk to your parents about your vision and mission, and then you always pray that inshallah then then you will get fulfill your dream.
Amen. Yeah. So all we need is just to be brave and try, because it's okay to try, and then we fail to try.
Yeah, I feel many times failure is not a big deal. In Australia custom, people we don't see failure as a failure. It's just you don't need to try and try and try until you succeed.
The more experiences we get, the more better we will be.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's enough for our podcast today.
Yeah.
Thank you, Miss Ririn, for joining us and give us such a beautiful insight to have studied a lot. And hope we can meet again in another occasion, maybe in SISMI or in this podcast again.
Yes. Thank you for listening our podcast. See you next time.
Let's close together the podcast.
Okay.
Goodbye. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, good job. Very nice.